looks like we are live. Just checking right now to see where we're at. Yeah, it looks like one of ours isn't going, so we'll remove that one. And yeah, for now we are just gonna stay here on YouTube because YouTube seems to work and YouTube seems to be liking things. And
It works.
Yeah, it works. So, welcome to the Dark Roast Nerdiness episode 2. This is our second show of the podcast. Did not plan as every week as we were hoping, mainly because life caught up, things happen. And honestly, let me bring this down a little bit closer. Honestly, there really wasn't a whole lot of stuff to talk about. It wasn't until recently that all the information from D23 got verified. So you got all the Disney, Marvel, Star Wars, and Pixar stuff that kind of come out. A lot of trailers have dropped. We'll definitely, hopefully, be doing one next week because I know on the 4th, the Fantastic Four first trailer is supposed to finally drop. So we'll get to see what Pedro Pascal and the crew looks like, because right now, as when we get into it later, there isn't a whole lot of info out there on it. There's like maybe one image, and everything else, from what I could find, was just AI and fanfic bullcrap as usual. So as y'all know, I am Chris. Everyone calls me Wolf. Joining us is Brenly, aka the Shark. Say hello, Shark.
Hello, everyone.
And
episode 2. Weren't sure we're gonna make this.
Yeah, well, got tired of the bad. Like you said, last show, for those that did watch it, thank you. I appreciate it. We got a few views. I was kind of shocked we got as many as we did. Tried the format with basically doing the whole, background blurred out thing with NVIDIA and everything. Well, as y'all could see behind the room I'm slowly getting it there. We've got our first piece of nostalgia artwork, my Big Trouble in Little China poster up. So I figured, might as well just show it without all that stuff. And, quit the fancy and just go with what works. So for those of you that did not catch number 1 and then are hopping in here on number 2, we just decided to start a general podcast. As it says, Dark Roast and Nerdiness, because we're coffee fanatics. I'm a coffee fiend. Shark is a coffee enjoyer. Trying to make him into a fiend. It'll happen one day.
Slowly.
I worked several years in and around the coffee field, and just wanted to kind of have a coffee-fueled show talking about coffee, all things nerdiness, tech, pop culture, and just all of it. Have fun. Anything that comes across our feeds that seems interesting and worth talking about from the perspective of two old farts that, before you young assholes say it, are not goddamn boomers. Sorry, I'm a Gen X. Boomers wanted to own the world. My generation just wanted to watch it burn. And we're kind of getting there. Took a little while for the dream to come. I'm going to grab something real quick. I wanted to do a shout out to this company if you haven't heard of them. If my cord's long enough and I don't break it. All right, so I'm going to kind of do a shout out every once in a while to coffee brands that I like, that I enjoy. One of them, this came across, I cannot remember if it was via Brian Kwan, James Hoffman, or Lance Hendrick. I can't remember whose YouTube content I was watching, but they made a comment about a 2 barista championship and roaster champions out of the Netherlands that had started their own coffee shop and were roasting their own coffee, and were just turning out some exceptional coffee from very small farms. They don't ever intend to be big. They don't ever want to, they're happy what they do, producing what they do. So I have the bag right here. For those of you that watch, shout out right here. Manhattan Coffee Roasters out of the Netherlands. This bag right here is for the Letty Bermudez Geisha. This is one of my favorite go-to coffees. It is a very interesting double fermentation thermal shock process. done by Diego Bermudez out at El Periso Farms. So if you get a chance, check out Manhattan Coffee Roasters. Interesting little tidbit. For those of you that order coffee on a regular basis here in the U.S., this is not in any way knocking any U.S. roaster. Let me say that. Not against the roasters at all. They do what they do well. This is knocking our shitty delivery services. I can order bags from this company in the Netherlands. Yes, I pay about, 27 US dollars to get it because it's coming from the Netherlands. I'll have it in 3 days, yet I can't get shit from Tennessee in 2 weeks.
That's because it's not through Amazon.
Yeah, no kidding. But, no, to knock UPS, FedEx, and USPS, DHL International is kicking your ass. I'll just say that. So
that's because the only shipper that's worth a damn right now in the U.S. is Amazon.
Well, yeah, because he bought all the trucks, all the vehicles, put all that transportation hubs. Every city has multiple. Yeah, you want to know what a monopoly is? That all he's got to do is wait all of them to go out of business, and then it becomes a monopoly.
I mean, hell, he's taking on Walmart.
Yeah, well, Walmart shot it
in his grave, going, "What the hell?"
Well, yeah, Walton's in his grave because his dad the old man, never wanted any of this.
Yeah,
he was about buying American products, selling to Americans in America. He never would have done any of this international crap, and he sure as hell would have never built Walmarts in small towns like Bernie or Bastrop, killing all of their private-owned mom and pop shops.
Well, and so a lot of people may not realize Walmart is international, by the way. I used to live in the UK for a long time, and over there it's called Asda Walmart. And they're just as big over there as they are here. Matter of fact, your clothes that you get in the men's department, George, actually started over there in the UK.
For y'all that didn't know, now you know.
Now you know.
Now we need a more thing.
Right.
We'll get that shit one time. Eventually we'll have that shit. Right now we're just bare bones. I kind of like it that way.
Yeah.
All right, so the first thing we got on the plan today is to kind of discuss some of the new stuff coming down the pipe in the next year or two from Disney. So I've got basically the every movie announcement from the D23 and under 30-minute video for us to kind of watch over and peruse. Shout out to Screen Brief because it's his video that we're going to kind of be reviewing. I don't believe in ever hiding people's watermarks or stuff. So we are going to watch it as if you were watching it on your computer with us watching us and reacting to it and kind of talking about each film. We're going to skip a few of them because some of these have already actually come out. In fact, some of them came out and created such a steamer, they ain't out anymore. In fact, a few of them aren't even on D+. D was like, even the mouse was like, that turd ain't making it no more. Flush it. So
put it in the vault.
Yep.
Whatever happened to the poor vault?
I miss the vault. I miss the whole idea of shelving something for 10 years and then re-releasing it in a new format and upgrading it and throwing in more archived footage of stuff behind the scenes that didn't make it the first go around.
Yeah, shout out to Dolby Digital.
Dolby Digital, and shout out to, honestly, when it came to the DVD and Blu-ray format, the people that started that trend was the Criterion Collection.
Mm-hmm.
I loved the one. I wish I'd never sold those. I mean, the behind the scenes of stuff that were in those were great, especially any of the Kurosawa films.
Mm-hmm.
Like, my God, when I got the Seven Samurai Criterion Collection, not only was the audio and the video just beautifully redone, but there was literally, I want to say off the top of my head, like 22 hours of behind the scenes shit and extra footage and just stuff that they had found and cleaned up and put up in it.
Well, and what was nice with Disney when they did it, because obviously you don't have a lot of cut scenes or stuff to add, but they'll go back and do like, hey, this is how movies back in the day were made with watercolors and all this versus
Yep.
our current ones, and they'd explain all that stuff to you. Good luck finding that on a new Disney movie where they're like trying to educate you.
No, yeah, they don't care about any of that.
No.
We'll get into it with some of these movies that are coming up. I mean, hell, one of them, the big stinker of them all right now, and I know you're gonna go. We're gonna let you go on your big rant on it. Is Snow White and its bastardization of it? I mean, not only is it a bastardization, but it's a bastardization of the bastardization of the
Of the bastards
bastardization.
twice
Like you
removed.
couldn't make it like it's like we made a steamer that everybody loved because they didn't know any better. Then we made a modernized steamer of the steamer, and now we've just taken a Taco Bell on top of the steamer and thrown in so much crap that it's just not. It doesn't help it that literally that girl Rachel Zegler is like a product destroyer.
Yeah,
I mean, they
it is.
literally need to go back to the days of telling these celebrities until the movie comes out, you're going to do the press junkets. We're going to give you a few little bit of tidbits to say, but unlike, just like the Marvel days, you're under contract to shut the fuck up about everything else. And when it comes to your political views and your activism, until the movie's released, shut the fuck up. Because that's doing more damage than I think any of these movies are.
I'm just saying, I don't think that Rachel Ziegler could possibly screw it up more than Kristen Stewart.
I don't know, because the Kristen Stewart one at least had some takebacks of the original story, had a dark nature, had a whimsical nature, still had the um true love aspect of still there were some core fundamentals of both the Grimm and the original Disney there. Did they take some liberties at things? Yes, but
Uh,
I didn't think they were that bad of liberties. And honestly, I thought Helmsworth did good as the Huntsman. In
oh no,
fact, I actually enjoyed the Huntsman movie, even though it was kind of there were parts that were campy as shit.
oh well, yeah, no. My whole problem with Kristen Stewart wasn't the plot, wasn't her co-actors. It was the fact that she looked like a deer in headlights 90% of the time during that movie.
Well, yeah, that's always been her acting style.
I mean, Spock shows more emotion.
True. Yeah, she's never been, in a sense, a great actress. She, like, reality set is the fact that when she was very younger, some of the things she was with great actors, great people, and it was a minimal supporting role, and she did good at that. Somehow she got picked for Twilight, which
That was perfect.
I
for
have
her.
only watched parts of Twilight. I haven't watched all of it just because I don't care to. But from what I have seen, there are parts where she's okay, and there's parts where she's utter shit. I just never invested much into it because I thought the whole premise of it was shit. It was a book written for teenage girls, and that's the only reason it got popular. The only reason it got boasted. I mean, the minute I heard the premise of it, I'm like, so wait a minute. You're telling me that this girl, it's a love semi triangle between a girl who falls in love with a vampire, but is also has feelings for a lupine. So what you're telling me is her pics of her budding love interest of youthful lust is either 100-year-old pedophile, which makes her a creep lover, and also that he's dead a necrophiliac, or she wants Dog Boy and is into bestiality.
Yep. Okay. I can't say a lot because there are a lot of books out there that women are reading that are very much the same but in different aspects. You start looking at lady smut, and a good 90% of it is elves fucking in the woods.
Yeah. But if you stay in this if you stay in the darker realm of the supernatural aspect stories, a good counterpart to it is a true vampire story of love, of turmoil is the Anne Rice series.
Correct.
Never once are they falling in love with a mortal.
No.
They're falling in love with either other vampires or they're turning someone into them.
Well, correct. Well, I mean, because you look at like Louis' story, right? He
Yeah.
falls in love, or a vampire falls in love with him, turns him, and it's not that the vampire loves like Amor. It's he's in love with the life that individual has, and wants to bring that to him because they are void of it. They're void of the
Right.
responsibility of a heartbeat, and they can't feel everything. So they're like, "Hey, I'm gonna take what you are. I'm gonna bring it to myself." It's not disco balls in the rain. So
True. I mean, the only one that I would say in a sense of Rice's novels that kind of go into that more um, smutty areas, some of the things when it comes to Queen of the Damned.
oh
But that's also because Akasha was literally the embodiment of debauchery and evil.
yeah,
She was excess personified.
so much
Hence,
so that she
hence
killed her king.
killed her king, and even in the time before she woke up, when she was originally in her reign, damn near drank the world dry.
Mhm.
So,
And then what she do? She sees Lestat. She sees how he's
mhm.
not conforming to the norms, and she's like, "I want that."
Yeah, well, she also saw the his understanding of using music and the world around him to be out there, but still make people question: is it real or is it an act?
Yeah,
So, but yeah,
yeah,
I mean, like I said, there are ways to do it. But you're right. You're right about definitely Stuart. We're definitely going in a different tangent. We'll continue these on another day. We'll go down the
correct.
vampire rabbit hole, especially now with Nosferatu out, which I watched. I've watched it twice already. It's a gorgeous fucking film. Like
I
it
have
is. You
not
could
seen that
definitely
one yet.
tell the director not only saw the original silent film, but took his take from a place of love of it. And that's a rarity nowadays is these people, oh my God, I loved it as a kid. And then they do it and you watch it, it's under dog shit. It's like, apparently you may have loved it, but you never understood it. Like, not at all. Blood Acolyte. But, but anyway.
Wait. Where is it?
All right, let's get on to this. So we've got here, like I said, this is Screen Briefs, and this is the D20 announcement. And like I said, we'll kind of scan through it because a few of these have kind of come out. I know, well, let's just go into it. Literally anybody else with a budget that big? All right, so right here, I'm going to kind of hop past Moana because it's already like on its way out, or has it come out yet?
Yeah, Moana's already out there. I haven't actually went to go watch it yet. I need to take my little kiddo for that one. But honestly, I wasn't impressed with the
Yeah.
shorts on it. Now there's a question. Pause this right here for me. Zootopia 2, with the amount
Yeah.
of fan fiction that unfortunately I've been privy to on this.
Oh God, oh yeah, no, yeah, yeah.
If you know, you know.
I wish I didn't know.
Unfortunately,
Jeez.
Pinterest took me down that route for some reason. But I'm just wondering if any of that is incorporated. Not the extreme stuff, but the love story.
Considering artists love hiding shit and shit, who knows? I mean, just think Roger Rabbit.
Okay.
Blows my
Uh,
mind how much. I mean, I still think it was hilarious that they put what was it? Who was the head of Disney at that time? Eisner.
oh, yeah, Eisner, Bob Eisner.
They put Bob Eisner's home phone number on the wall in the bathroom. Yeah.
Hey, Disney artists love their pranks, whether they're appropriate or not. But that's Pixar.
Yeah. Dead Mule and Wolverine.
Oh, nice. Mufasa.
Oh God.
Now, remember last time they did that for Zootopia, whenever they had the guy showing off the movies, it also gave previews of movies that were coming out.
That's right. I forgot about
Yeah,
that.
because it was Duke Weaselton, because they were taking the joke off of Frozen of Duke Wesselton, where they call him from Weaseltown.
That's right.
They made the joke, and he's like, showing off all the bootlegs.
Well, I guess we're going to skip this because they're not Frozen 3, Dream. All right, Elio I'm interested in, but so far they're not showing anything. They're just talking about them.
Yeah, this one kind of had an interesting concept to it. Pixar likes their magic, and with the aliens and stuff like that, I thought this could be a good little Zathura-esque type.
Okay.
A little boy gets ejected out in space type thing. I'm interested to see more about this one.
Well, apparently it didn't show much.
Yeah. Hoppers. Yeah, I hadn't even known about this one.
I think some of these are the games too.
I was gonna say, yeah, because this wasn't the
yeah, this is an anime. This is a game.
Toy Story 5.
Yeah, but here's the big question. Did they swallow their goddamn pride and bring back Tim Allen to do his voice, or is it the other guy?
Who knows?
And I'm kind of wondering, like, I honestly think 3 was a perfect ending. The toys were handed off to a new child. End of story. I'd never watched 4. I didn't care to, because the whole Sporky thing and everything, I was just like, this is fucking stupid and a cash grab. And this, I'm sorry. I'm kind of, do you want to watch this, or can we pass this? Because I'm just kind of like, you had a perfect ending. This is just kind of
cash grab. Yeah. This is a cash grab to me. They're out of ideas. And what's funny
that's an understatement.
There's so much content out there. Now, I will say, this show I've liked both of them so far.
This might be good. I'm just hoping you get to see some other heroes that are still around that we haven't seen yet.
Or start bringing new ones in now that, the heroes aren't forced to be underground. Start bringing in new ones, let one of them turn dark. Let a hero, go anti-hero. Ooh, that would actually be really interesting. Have an anti-hero in The Incredibles?
Yeah.
Jack could be the anti-hero. Oh. Which one's this?
This is Skeleton Crew, which it's already out. It had its season finale already. Okay. What I will say about it was Jude Law did a phenomenal job, of course. It is a kids show, so it is catered in that sense. But when it comes to the sets, the history, the lore, the character designs, the physical character makeup instead of CGI everything, it is back to Star Wars at its true form.
Well, and you look at a lot of the
by the way, hold on real quick. done at 1/8 the budget of Acolyte and looks 10 times fucking better.
Well, and like I was about to say, now I'm not personally a huge Star Wars nut, but I will say most of the Star Wars that I've always enjoyed have been the ones geared towards the kids, cartoon versions. They have always been
Yeah.
good. Maybe Disney will, remember what morals are and start trying to add those back in.
Yeah. Now you're asking for a little too much. You got to remember you
I'm
got to
asking
remember where
for
they're located at.
I'm asking for the return of the 90s, people.
Yeah, that's asking a little too much.
Uh,
Now, as everybody can
Golden
see, I'm
era.
giving a like to everybody's videos we're using. Oh, this is Andor 2. I liked Andor the first season.
I never got into the Andor.
And then they got, of course, these are them just talking. So Mandalorian Grogu, I don't really know what to think about it. So these we're going to skip because we're going to talk about them later, except for this one right here, which we'll watch the trailer for it. All right, here we go.
So those that may not know,
this.
this Avatar is due to come out at the end of the year currently.
So that means he should have he's been working on it probably the whole time then.
Correct. This should already be like final touches and almost ready to go out for reviews. But it's supposed to be, I believe, Avatar Fire and Ash.
Yeah, Fire and Ash.
Supposed to come around, end of the year.
And from what I understand from it, from interviews he's done recently, we're supposed to see the first thing we've never seen, which is Navi on Navi. So this is basically a clan that it's a clash of clans, basically.
Well, good. Humans were getting a little burnt out on there.
Let's get to where they're actually going to show a snippet.
Oh, wow. Is that an airship? That's an airship.
That's what it's supposed to be. I mean, if you think about it, we've done water, we've done the land. Now all you have is fire and air. Hence, Fire and Ash.
Yeah. For whatever reason, that ship gave me some very Treasure Planet vibes.
Yeah. They got Freakier Friday, whoopee-doo.
Well, I'd be interested. I like the original.
They made him look good. I gotta hand it that.
So much better than the first few. And hands down, Lilo and Stitch is my all-time favorite Disney movie. My child and I fight over Stitch.
Oh, here we go.
There we go. Snow White. So Snow White's supposed to come out March 21st. It's the day before my birthday. And honestly, I know a lot of people are up in arms because of Rachel Ziegler.
Yeah, well, I got an interesting one for you on this note. Before they turned it off, do you know how many downvotes the Snow White trailer had on Disney's YouTube page? 100,000 likes.
Okay.
To over 2 million dislikes.
All right. I'm ready for my tangent here, people.
All right, hold on. Let's get through these and then you can go on it. We're getting into the one we both are interested about.
Aries. Uh,
That's going to be either good or horrible. The guy only has two speeds, great or shit. Hence Morbius.
yeah, exactly.
Mhm. Okay. All right, sir. You have the floor to go off on the epic bastardization of the Brothers Grimm. I think you're muted.
I am muted. Sorry, I take that. Sorry about that. Everybody's up in arms, and their biggest problem is the casting of Rachel Zellweger.
Hold on. I lost my thing. Where'd it go? Son of a bitch. Ah, I wanted the snare. I thought I had the snare on here. Yeah, I just had that. Well, missed opportunity. All right,
Right.
sir.
So Rachel Zellweger. Okay. Yes, the book says, and by the way, I have the book, and they're the part everybody's up in arms about. And I quote, "Oh, if only I had a little child, I should like it to be as fair as snow, as rosy as the red blood, and hair and eyes as black as ebony." And let's face it, Rachel is not as white as snow. But guess what, people? Snow White was 7 years old in the book. 7 years old. Mom's trying to kill her. So, as much as y'all want to go off about, oh well, she's not as white as snow, and it's a damn story from a book. And guess what? I have yet to see a true accounting by the Brothers Grimm, a true account from the German story, anything close. So all this uproar about, oh, she's not white. Pig freaking whoop. Yeah, they got the huntsman here. The huntsman's is Asunu Kuba, I believe is how you say it. I'm probably chopping that to death. But the book never says if he's white or black. So who gives a shit? There's so many different accountings, and people are always going to take their little bit and say, hey, I'm going to put my own spin on it. Guess what? Their spin is Rachel Zelger. Big freaking whoop. And if you can't learn to just enjoy a movie, and for all we know, she's going to play an awesome Snow White. Who knows? And then, at the end of the day, it's a book. It's a story out of a book from 1805 or something, and been translated and pulled down. And I mean, at this point, you start getting mad because Jesus isn't white too. So I'm gonna leave it at that. But I will say, I
Hey, we
think
know he's not white. Rufus told us so. The
I
13th
think
apostle told us so.
Gal Gadot is going to make an evil, like an awesome evil queen. She
If
has that look.
if directed properly, she's one of those that there's sometimes where she does have like a deer in headlight look.
True, but she can pull off a resting bitch face amazingly.
Yeah,
And that's I feel like your good evil queens always have a good resting bitch face
true.
because she's supposed to be arrogant and stuck up according to the book. The evil queen is just an arrogant asshole who gets pissed off because somebody else is prettier than her. Yeah, it takes it to an
True.
extreme one to eat some. What was it? Eat the lungs and liver with salt.
Lungs and liver, yeah.
With salt, because she's a salty bitch.
uh
But
yeah,
yeah,
definitely be interested to see where they take it. I mean, like I said, we don't know how the movie's going to be. I mean, they went back and reshot a bunch of it. I know the biggest issue with it, of course, that people had was you see the trailer, you look at the dwarves, and that's some uncanny valley shit. Um,
if you go back though and you start looking at old German Celtic and their description of dwarves, they're earthen people.
yeah, but
No, I
I
have
think
not seen anything that depicts that in any other movie either.
true, but I also think what kind of definitely severely hurt, um, what severely hurt, like the reason that people are also looking super more at the dwarves and how bad the CGI looks because it just is. It is really bad CGI. It could have been done better. It could have been tweaked better. They look fake to everything around them, and that's what's horrible about it. I think it's the fact that why not have just hired people from the smaller people community? That could have
Well,
been 7
Grumpy's
roles given to 7 different actors that could have launched their careers. And I'm the only one, and I know they put, let me move here real quick. I know they put a lot of blame on Peter Dinklage and some of the comments he made, but I don't think his comments fully caused it all. I think the comments just made the bean counters and the legal guys over at Disney take a stand back and say, if we cast people and something goes south, and his comments were used to make them question, could this kick a hornet's nest we don't fucking even want to touch right now? And I think that's what led to the CGI shit.
well,
Because at first there were so many like from the set pictures that nobody like people speculate so much. So it's just going to be a have to wait till it comes out. And yeah, even though people are going to ratio it to hell, and you've already got so many people set aside it, I'll still watch it just because I, as much as I hate these live action remakes, I'm praying we actually get a really good one because the only good one so far has been Beauty and the Beast.
yeah.
Even though the stupid controversy about it because people are morons. They had that
Well,
big whole issue. It's like, oh, they implied so much gay innuendo with La Fou de Gaston. And it's like, La Fou was wanting to ride Gaston even in the goddamn original cartoon.
and let's not forget, they're French.
And it's the
Everything's
French,
sexual to them.
well, not only the French, it's the Revolution. I mean, people wore wigs. It was a party. I mean, it was
And
the time. It was the years prior to the predating to the Marquis de Sade. If you don't, people know who the Marquis is. Go take a look because half of every little bit of debauchery of every book you've, especially women, have read of their porno fantasy novels, ain't got shit on what that dude did at just probably one fucking party.
no
I mean,
shit.
there's only one person in the history books that has been recorded to be more debaucherous than him, and that was Caligula. hence where the entire word orgy and debauchery came from.
Yeah. Well, and I'm pulling up these pictures of the dwarves here in Snow White. I'm on Entertainment Weekly's website.
Okay.
And I'm looking at these dwarves because I haven't really took a real close look. But you know what? Those dwarves I'm seeing, big ears, big nose.
No, the characteristics look
they're on
accurate
point.
they're on point. It's when you look at the actual stills where they're interacting with the live environment around them that they just did the color saturation in them is off. The shadow and lighting to what is the environment around them was not done. It literally looks like what it is. They took good characters from a video game and
tried to make them live.
No, they didn't even try to make them live. They literally took good characters from a video game and did a still on still overlay. Their lighting doesn't even match the environments in the world around them. The shadowing, the detail, the contrast, it's all off. Yeah. They're too bright and too lit for everything around them. Now,
well, and maybe that's something that's fixed in post.
True, maybe and that's what I was about to say is what we've seen may not be the final edit. It may be what they rushed to get a trailer. But then again, that also puts bad on them because I remember the days when you could get a 20-second trailer, just a little teaser trailer, and everybody in the theater's looking around each other like, fuck, I want to see that. I haven't had a trailer do that I can't remember the last one. I think I can't remember the last one was Endgame. Because it was the crescendo to a 6-year buildup. And with everybody being snapped out of it, you didn't know what the hell was going to happen. I mean, we just watched in Infinity War, half of the characters you got invested in just immediately die in front of you. Which is another reason why those movies were good. They contained causality, effect, consequences. Your bad guys were bad guys. They weren't trying to, do this new trope that they love doing, which is, oh, I just murdered 9 people, but I'm on a redemption arc now, so you got to have sympathy for me. But I just murdered another person, but have sympathy for me. It's justified. No, where Thanos thought he was justified in what he did not make what he did any better. In fact,
he knew it.
Well, yeah, that's why that most people are like, oh, he got to relax on a farm. No, he went to live on a farm so he didn't have to face on an empty planet. So he didn't have to face, in a sense, any of the universe he left.
Consequences of his action.
Yeah. Plus the death of killing his own daughter that he did actually love to achieve the stone. Hence the scene when he dies. What did it cost you? Everything.
Everything.
So, but yeah. So we'll just have to wait and see. I mean,
yeah,
we don't got much long to wait. So I'll put it that way.
March 21st, Snow White, people. All right.
Okay, so we are coming to this is our spot that we like to do in every one of these podcasts that we're going to continue to do, which is our creator showcase, where one of us picks a content creator that we like and kind of give a run through of them, why we like them. What was it? First episode. I did dig that, right?
Yeah, you did dig on that.
Yeah, I did dig, which by the way, if you can see any of the TV behind me, I just kind of have his stuff playing on rerun. So today is Shark's turn, and he has picked No to Rubicon Productions. I'm going to go ahead and go up to their channel so people can see it.
Yep.
So kind of give us a rundown of who this is and what you like about him.
All right. So I'm into radios, and I've got my GMRS license and looking at getting my ham license. And whenever I was first getting into this and starting to learn more about, everything, this guy's videos always kept popping up on me as informational. And so this is why I'm picking him. He's got a very dry sense of humor. He's doesn't care, if you want to post something up there on his, on his videos that's negative, he's probably going to call you out, honestly, because he just doesn't give a damn. He's a little dry, a little in a very fun way, but Yeah, most of his videos that I haven't found one of his videos about radios or GMRS or anything like that that hasn't been informational. And I've learned a lot from this guy, honestly.
Nice. Well, you're ladies and gentlemen, you get a chance to check out No to Rubicon Productions. You can see the page right here, so look for the picture right here that you can see. In fact, we're going to go ahead and give him a subscription right now. But yeah, definitely something I'll have to check out. For those of you that don't know, you may want to look into this gentleman also for the simple fact that if the little thing you carry in your pocket that your entire life lives off of, if that grid goes down, these frequencies are the only ones that are going to work.
Yep.
And don't trust AM/FM, especially now George Soros owns all of them. Which make that question, people, why would the largest blue donor in the world want to buy every station of a supposedly dying technology?
Well, and a lot of people don't realize whenever you start thinking about radio, you just think about these, crazy old goons that used to sit around on the CBs, truckers talking and 10-4 good buddy. And yeah, CBs.
Breaker 19, got a Smokey in the woods.
Right. Put me in the rocking chair. Damn it. Got a Smokey on my tail.
Gentlemen, ears on. I got an asshole coming up on my 6, red truck coming up on your left. Gentlemen, plow the road. Those of you that don't know what that means is I'm the red truck coming up behind the 2 rigs in the left and right lane. I'm coming up center. The asshole tailgating behind me, match my speed, and let's blockade this motherfucker from going anywhere.
Oh, but yeah, like CB radios don't get all that much distance. Honestly, you get, a mile out of a CB radio, unless you start throwing amplifiers, stuff like that on it. And, but your GMRS, here in San Antonio where we live, I've literally been able to talk from all the way from the far west side of San Antonio all the way up to San Marcos because I just bounce off repeaters and so on. And if the grid ever goes down, I still got a way to speak to people and check on the ones I love. So
yep. So you heard that here, ladies and gentlemen. Check out GMRS, check out ham radios, and even start looking into Mesh-tastic. Can't talk.
Oh yeah, Mesh-tastic.
Which apparently, like you were saying, there is a pretty good community here in San Antonio that are setting up their own pretty powerful grid for that.
Yep. Still something I'm getting into right now. Honestly, it's a Mesh-tastic. Starting to learn about.
Nice. All right. So next on our list, we did kind of start off with the Disney Gauntlet, but I wanted to separate things out because I think kind of when it comes to Disney, the way they've kind of run things, you can loop most of their Prime core, the Disney core stuff together and the Lucas Star Wars stuff together because, well, let's face it, right now, Star Wars is kind of... It's life support's being generous right now. I mean,
it went French.
No, even that would have a bigger following. I mean, case in point, the movie up for the most Academy Awards out of any movie ever, other than Lawrence of Arabia, is a French film, and it's from what I understand, an utter horrific piece of shit.
Which one?
Amelia Perez. You haven't heard about this, have you?
Hold on.
Oh, maybe God.
Now I gotta look this up. Hold on.
Oh, it is a musical about a cartel drug lord who changes his sex, yet then still commits to becoming this evil, horrific person, and then changes her mind and decides to somehow start helping. It's the whole, I murdered thousands of people and caused a drug addiction across a rampant country, but because I decided to chop my dinky off, I'm the good guy now.
I was trying to remember.
And it's a fucking musical.
What's that? That show? Yeah. I actually like that.
And don't get me wrong, I love musicals, but not a good musical. Like what I have seen, just the turd bits I've heard, and I thought When I first saw the video, I thought it was a parody. I thought, okay, they're using clips and they added this voiceover and they added this crappy song they're singing, right? No, it was the real thing. And I'm just like, this is like B movie bad. Like, oh God, how did they describe it? They were talking about it on FNT the other night on Friday Night Tights. And I can't remember if I'm going to say this correctly or who said it. They described it as take everything that made Repo the Genetic Opera campy and B movie, but remove every good quality. And that's what you got. Yeah, I haven't even. It's on Netflix, basically. It didn't. It wasn't even a theater movie. It's a Netflix one. And everybody in there everybody I know, film critic wise, is like, "What the fuck? Like, why is it up for this? Like, it maybe 1 or 2 awards would be understandable, but to try to put it in the same realm of awards as some of the best movies ever fucking made is a joke." I mean, you look at they're wanting to give the actor slash actress because the person is actually trans in real life. They're trying to give them the best actress award, literally ripping it away from some of the best roles in films this year have been from actresses. I mean, like Demi Moore in The Substance. Oh my God, was that a hard movie to watch, but an insanely good movie. Like but then again, I don't really, get grossed out by body horror. It was just, it, it creeps under your skin the way Requiem for a Dream does. Like it burrows into that uncomfortable space and stays there.
Like Train Spotting.
No, I don't know. Train Spotting didn't do that to me. The only scene with Train Spotting that bothered me was the baby on the ceiling.
I don't know. I guess
The,
Train Spotting got
the
me,
withdrawal
but
scenes I can't watch.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing. It's like I was never into that scene at all, but just watching that and watching the destruction kind of messes with me.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that raises me a question. Have you ever watched Requiem for a Dream?
No.
So Requiem for a Dream has Jennifer Connelly, Jared Leto. I can't think of the other actor and actress that are in it. The whole story revolves around 4 people. And it's all about drug addiction. But the part where it gets more disturbing is one of them, 2 of them, 3 of them are heroin junkies. Well, they're junkies in general. They'll get a fix on anything. But the fourth character is the mother of Jared Leto's character, and you're watching her slowly go into a descent off of weight loss pills and amphetamines, not realizing until it's too late that she's not sleeping, she's not eating, and she's gone. She basically drives herself insane. And you're watching her descent into madness.
Marlon Wayans.
Marlon Wayans, and then the one that plays the mother was actually
Ellen Burstyn.
Yeah, Burstyn. Yeah,
and Christopher McDonald's in it too.
Yes,
some big names actually.
Yeah, and it's done by the same guy that did Pi and one other movie. Or he's done a couple of movies now, but back then Pi was the big one that people knew him. He did The Machinist, Pi, and then Requiem for a Dream. And now he's done a few others. I just can't think of the director's name right now.
So you're talking about French films. The one I was trying to think was the French version of Amélie.
Oh, okay. Well, I was about to say, you can't really knock French films. I mean, French directors, I could think of one French director that gave us two amazing movies. No, 3 actually. Well, no, he may have only done 2 of the ones I'm thinking of, but 3 French-made films. Brazil, The Fifth Element, and Lyon, a.k.a. The Professional.
Oh, yeah. Hold on. I did not realize.
But Brazil and Fifth Element were both Luc Besson.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, his third film was amazing, but I don't know why it didn't get recognized as well as it did. Valerian and the World of 1,000 Planets or whatever it is actually a really good movie. And fuck me, the special effects are gorgeous.
Oh yeah.
But I
As
can't
far as
remember what
sci-fis
came.
go,
I can't remember what came out at the time that overshadowed it. And I think what really did hurt it was the chemistry between the two leads could have been way better. I never read the books or whatever the comics it's based off of, but that's where their biggest complaint was that the portrayal of their relationship of course the books were way better. But
always.
that all comes down to director, and because the two people they picked are good actors. I mean, a good actor and a good actress. I mean, I forget the guy's name, but he went on to do he's done several good things. And then of course the lead female was Carla Delevingne.
Mm-hmm.
And she's a damn good actress. Anybody that questioned if she was ever a good actress, just watch Carnival Row.
Yeah. Oh, that was such a good show. Such a good show.
Wish it had gotten another season.
Yeah.
That was one of those that it was the merger between HBO and HBO Max, or I can't remember if it was Showtime. It was basically whatever studio did it. They were in the middle of a transitional because they had just been purchased, and the bean counters were like, "This just costs too much to make."
But it was so good. It
Well,
really was.
Another show that was damn good that deserved multiple seasons or spinoffs, Penny Dreadful.
I didn't watch that one.
You need to watch it. It's Ava Green, and it basically takes an entire film noir and it twists it on its head, and it gives you reimaginings of all of the dark universe characters from the Penny Dreadful novels, like Jekyll and Hyde, Frankenstein's monster, Dorian Gray. All of those stories were originally released in those little dime novels that they used to call Penny Dreadfuls. So all right, well, back on track. We have a few things we're going to go over on Marvel and just kind of give each other's takes on it. So the first one we have here is the Thunderbolts. Right now I'm kind of, this is either going to be really good or really horrible. I know a lot of people are having issues with the fact that some of the characters that are in it are not original parts of the Thunderbolts, and there are a lot of core characters that they've kind of left out, or we've been told they've left out because they just haven't shown them. And then of course the big up in the air is if one of the characters, which is what's his name,
Zemo?
No. Well, Zemo is supposed to, in the comics, was the one that led the Thunderbolts.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't even, of course, at least in this trailer, we don't even see him.
Yeah, you had Zemo, Taskmaster, Atlas, Fixer, Moonstone, and Songbird. I believe were all your members.
Yeah, what I'm looking at right now is, so they added in Alexei, the Russian Captain America, which he was never in the original Thunderbolts.
Nope.
They did bring in John Walker, which they changed his name because when he drops the mantle of Captain America, he becomes something else. Is it U.S. agent or something like that?
Yeah. Because he was.
Or there was originally somebody called U.S. agent, and he takes that moniker. I'm looking at it right now through here on the side. So.
Yeah, because he was an anti-hero, honestly.
Yeah.
He went the Batman route for Marvel.
Yeah, John Walker / U.S. agent.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got Taskmaster in it. Okay. Lewis Pullman is playing Bob, aka Sentry. And that's the one that's going to be in. No, it's not, but it's a pivotal character in Marvel because Sentry is the one that leads. I'm reading into here because I don't want to get it wrong. There were major twists and turns in certain, several comics that he leads into the Dark Avengers, the New Avengers, all because he is actually also a villain and doesn't know it. Because yeah, right. Where does it say here? So yeah, Sentry is basically middle-aged overweight Bob Reynolds remembers that he is Sentry, a superhero whose power of 1 million exploding suns is derived from a special serum. Realizing that his arch enemy, the Void, is returning, Reynolds seeks out several prominent Marvel characters to warn them of the discovery and trying to figure out why no one remembers Sentry. And yeah, so if I remember the storylines correctly, they can't remember him because he made them all forget him because he and the Void are the same person.
Yeah.
It's a split mind. So it all just depends if they're going to introduce Bob correctly and show Bob as Bob, and are we going to get any tidbit into the Void? Yeah, there's a lot of questions about this movie. I'll see it just because I do like Harbor's take on Alexei. I think it's campy, but it's funny. It reminds me of all the bad rushes from the '80 films.
Yeah.
I do like Walker's take on the John Walker character. I don't
The
really
U.S.
like.
agent.
Yeah, I like him and how he portrays the character. I don't think they gave him a fair shake in Falcon and Winter Soldier because, well, let's face it, Falcon and Winter Soldier really didn't need to be made. We're going to get into my tidbit about that when we go into Captain America because canonically it's just wrong and there should have been. Mackie is
Yeah.
good as Falcon. I'll leave it at that. He is a
Yeah.
great Falcon.
Well, and that comic storyline was not the most popular.
Yeah. Well, no. In all actuality, every time they tried to make Sam into Captain America, the comic got canceled.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But when they gave it to Bucky Barnes, my God, people hated it at the
Oh,
beginning, but then they loved because the redemption arc was great.
yeah.
And let's face it, I think Mackey's a great actor, but I also think Sebastian Stan's a lot better as an actor.
Correct.
Oh, we got a fuzzy appearance.
Yes.
We got the emotional support fluff.
No
So, but
kisses.
that I ain't gonna lie, I'll watch it just because I think Florence Pugh's hot. I always
Yeah.
have.
And
I mean,
honestly,
her scenes in Oppenheimer just made me very, very happy, and I'll leave it at that.
well, and watching it, I feel like without having all the characters that make the original Thunderbolts and using existing characters and coming up with a similar style can work.
Yeah,
That's one thing about Marvel. Anything can happen because there's so many universes.
yeah.
There's so
It's all
many different
just
takes.
how you lay it out, how you write it, and if you don't fuck up the core tenements of a character, you can add nuances and new things to them. Just don't touch the fundamental cores that made
Correct.
everybody love them. All right, so here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Our reaction to Thunderbolts. All right, so this is something I do have a problem with the Marvel films. Well, films in general. If you've got a 50 cal shredding at a car, make it believable. You're gonna have chunks of that car just evaporating and blowing off.
Hmm. Yeah, I'm not sure if we're seeing the video right now.
Say what now?
So I don't think we're showing the
Oh,
video or
whoops.
have
There we
audio.
go.
Yeah, no audio either. How nonchalant.
I am kinda glad that they did throw Ghost in there because I've been kinda curious to what the fuck happened to her character after Ant-Man.
Yeah.
And I do like the actress that plays her. She did a phenomenal job on the TV show Killjoys.
Yes. Uh, that's a little too real life right now.
Yeah. Well,
Too
I love
many
the fact that they're
helicopters
using the
crashing.
Comanche copter that they scrapped after 10 years of development.
Yeah, just too many real ones going down recently.
What'd you say?
Said too many real helicopters going down recently.
Yeah.
One happened in Houston, I think, earlier today.
Yeah, I saw that. So, yeah, that is the Thunderbolts. Like I said, I don't know what to really take of it.
Like I said, that's it's the nice thing about Marvel is you can change it up. Just because it
True.
doesn't have the original, list doesn't mean it's not the Thunderbolts. It's just this is the Thunderbolts of this universe.
Yeah.
And there's nothing to say that this is 616.
Yeah, and see, that's what people seem to keep forgetting, and I think with them showing as much as they keep showing in the What If animated series, it's gonna lead more people into believing that we're gonna have, more crossovers in the sense that a lot of the comics did having crossovers,
Hmm,
especially when you're dealing with beings that are powerful enough to bend reality.
correct. Especially
So,
well, and they're with them bringing in Patrick Stewart's character and actually having the
well,
X
yeah,
Men start showing up now.
well, yeah,
You get
especially
more
because
of
by
that.
them bringing in the X-Men, then you eventually bring in the storyline of
Xavier's
Legion.
son,
Yeah,
yeah,
Legion.
which I don't know if people have seen the show Legion, but that's Xavier's son.
Yeah, that was a
That's
damn good
Professor
show
X's
too.
son. And so Thunderbolts comes out May 2nd this year.
Yeah, they're all coming up
Yeah, they're
quickly.
pretty quick. Yeah. We got Captain America 4, Brave New World. Is that what we're going after next? Yeah,
Yeah.
Captain
Yeah, they
America.
changed it. It was originally Captain America New World Order, and then they realized, oop, that name been used by some not so friendly people. So now
You're
it's
like,
Brave
what?
New World. So now it's Brave New World. And yeah, everybody and their brother have made names about this. Uh, like the biggest one that they use, Captain African American.
Which, okay, I gotta admit, Anthony Mack, is he the best Captain America? No. But I love that he puts heart and soul into
No, and
Captain
that's why I'm
America.
saying he is a
He's
good
great.
actor and he is a
Yeah.
great Falcon. But the reason that even the character of Sam in the comics when they tried to do those storylines failed is because you can't get past one fact. He does not have any superpowers. Sebastian Stan, aka Bucky Barnes, does.
Yes,
Captain America
does.
does because he's not dead, um, in a sense. And we won't get into that because that's one thing they could always bring back down the road.
Yeah.
And
We
I
have
think that's
time
the other issue that people have is they're bringing in people feel that it should have gone to Bucky, which it probably should have, and then eventually maybe gone to Sam. Build it up a little bit more, or do something different. Then they bring in the red. Then they bring in the Red Hulk, and first of all, not very many people liked the Red Hulk storyline anyway. People loved Red Hulk when it was Red Hulk, but then when they revealed who the Red Hulk was, that it was the General.
Yeah.
Then everybody's like, "Oh, give me a fucking break."
Yeah.
You know?
But I mean, it's an obsession story.
Yeah.
That's what it's always been with Red Hulk. It's an obsession story.
Yeah. So I mean, we've got a lot of good people in here. You got Anthony Mackie. You got Harrison Ford playing General Ross. I think it's
Yeah.
Ross, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And then you got Giancarlo Esposito, who is amazing at anything the guy does. But the question is like, I'm not too familiar which character he's playing. And from what I understand, if it is the character that I was told it's supposed to be, which the name is eluding me right now, they've made him look nothing like it, or the story, like so far, it's a total fook de pooch of the character, apparently.
Yeah.
So let's give it a shot. Captain America, Brave New World.
I'm not sure how I feel about Harrison Ford taking over this character.
Well, I mean, not like, let's pause for a second. They not like they really had a choice. They had to replace it. The actor that originally played him passed away.
True.
But yeah,
But
there are many.
it's
There,
a
I think.
CGI character. They could retro pull film.
Well, I mean, but
And
the character when he's playing the general / president, you got to remember the
yeah,
one that played it in the Banner films and in some of the original earlier Marvel films, he passed away.
yeah.
But I can think of other actors that look pretty close to him that probably would have been better. My issue with Ford is that, as we've seen in multiple of his interviews recently, the guy just doesn't fucking care anymore.
Hmm. You know who's playing the voice though of Red Hulk?
What am I hitting now? Oh yeah, that still open.
You know who's playing the panty dropper himself, Sam Elliott.
So wait, they got Ford doing it, the character, then it's modeled after Ford, but Elliott's
If
doing the
I'm
voice.
if I'm looking at this right, possibly, yeah. Maybe I'm reading what they're. Oh no, never mind. I take that back. It says played by William Hurt, Sam Elliott. When did Sam Elliott play the Hulk?
He might have just done a voiceover in one of the cartoons. Oh no, we'll look at it in a second, but here we go.
Yeah.
So this is February 14th. This one's coming out even sooner.
Yeah, nothing says loving like some Hulk.
Yeah, well, they never gave me the Hulk I wanted.
World
The World Breaker.
Yeah, World Breaker Hulk.
I wanted World Breaker Hulk, or I wanted the Old Man Professor Hulk.
Mm.
And on top of that, I'm sick of I'm sick of the guy that plays him. The person I really wanted to see take the Hulk into the next couple of movies was Edward Norton.
Mm.
I wanted to see more of where he was going to take it. So yeah, it's like I don't know. I'm not. It's just one of those. I'm going to have to wait till it comes out and see what people say about it, and kind of go from there.
So you're not a Ruffalo fan?
Not anymore. I liked him as the Hulk in the first couple of films. Um, my problem is now I have a hard time watching him and not see the person he is in real life, because the person he is in real life is an insufferable fucking idiot
Hmm.
who is basically so Hollywood brainwashed now that he just regurgitates every dumb thing that they think is reality. So I can't do it. He is one of the few actors that literally is so insufferable and constant about it that yeah, I just can't separate the two anymore. So since we got it right here, we're gonna jump ahead and well, not jump ahead. I forgot to put this in there. Daredevil Born Again.
Oh yeah.
This is looking insanely promising. Everybody from the Netflix show is back. My boy John Bernthal's back as the Punisher. Little tidbit of information, people. I have met John Bernthal on a couple of occasions, and the very first time I got to meet him was, it was, I believe, HorrorCon. So he was actually there promoting Punisher, but he was really there because of most of the Walking Dead cast that was there. And the Punisher had just dropped the first season of the Solo. You know, he had already done the Daredevil shows. So the first season of The Punisher had just dropped. His line was ridiculously long. And all I remember is I'm about 2 people down from meeting him. And the promoter of the show comes walking up, and I could literally hear the promoter, like he was trying not to be heard, but I was close enough to hear. And he made him, pretty much just told him, "Hey, you need to kind of spend less time with each person. We need to get through this line. You need to speed it up." He literally looks at the crowd and says, "They told me I can't spend the time I want to spend with you guys, that I need to speed it up. Well, you know what? They're here for me. You can kiss my ass. I'll take 20 minutes with each person if I want to." After that, fan for life. There are not too many people that do shows that will literally tell the promoter, "Kiss my ass." So that
And
won
not to
me a fan
mention,
for life.
he's been in what, since 2015 he's been Daredevil?
What do you mean?
Is it, how long's he been playing Daredevil?
Well, he doesn't play. John Bernthal's the one that does the Punisher.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah, he
Sorry.
played
Brain
Shane in The
fart.
Walking Dead, the
Yeah, that's
Punisher.
right. He was
He
in Fury.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's right.
one of the most amazing roles he ever did was
Wolf on Wall Street was pretty good for him.
well, he was good in Wolf of Wall Street, but what I'm thinking of is he was the star in it. It was I don't think it was, I want to say We Own the Night, but I don't think that was what it was called. It was basically about all the corrupt cops in Boston.
Oh,
And he does another even more amazing job as the brother in The Bear.
I haven't watched it there.
Well, The Bear, he only shows up in flashback scenes.
Hmm.
But from the very first episode, you find out that the reason Carmi, the brother, is there to take over his brother's restaurant is that the brother killed himself. So in all the flashback scenes, you're slowly witnessing, you already know the outcome, but you're slowly getting the full story of the descent that led to it. How broken he was, how messed up the family dynamic was. But in the end, how he still, through all of everybody thinking he was failing, because I won't give it away because it'll ruin the first season for you, he still manages to save the remainder of all his family members and give them a better life, even though he couldn't do it for himself.
Hmm.
Yeah, The Bear is one of the best shows I've ever seen. And from somebody that worked in and around the restaurant industry, and you the same, the way they show it, the stress, all of it, all the way down to the terminology of walking behind, yelling the word doors. Like
Oh yeah.
the people that made it knew the restaurant world. In fact, um, all of the main two leads, which is the guy from Shameless, and I can't remember what the girl did before. They both literally went, and the restaurant that they filmed a ton of the scenes in is, I think it's one of God, I can't think. He's a multiple James Beard Award winning chef. He let them film in his restaurant, and not only that, when they started doing the prepping for the filming, he literally pulled those two actors aside and said, "If you really want to learn how to do this, I'll teach you my craft, so you can play these parts better. But be forewarned, I'm going to run you through hell.
Oh
I'm going
wow.
to give you the real deal." And yeah, for months they trained with him, starting as preps to sous to line, every position. They like the main actor in the show. God, I can't think of his name right now. The one from Shameless. He actually is literally a cook now because of it. But yeah, definitely a show you got to get caught up on.
Talking about William Macy
No, 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 no. No, that's not it. That's not who it
from
is.
Shameless.
No, William H. Macy was the father from Shameless.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Who you?
The one I'm talking about is he's the one that I sent you the photo that fans did a photo of him as Wolverine. Jeremy Allen White is
Ah,
his
okay.
name.
Gotcha.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it's a phenomenal show. It's one of my favorite shows out there. But so back on track. John Bernthal, yes, all of them, Foggy, all of them are back for Daredevil.
Nice.
See, that's my big question: is what storyline are they going into? What line was crossed? So we've already got multiple different masks. So we already know that if they're going to keep the canonical timeline, all the years that have passed from the last season of the show have happened in their world.
Hmm.
So it raises the question of what line did he cross? Why is he trying to walk away? And then, of course, by the villain they show, the villain I think is called the Spot, or if I remember correctly. Basically, he is murders people and then leaves his artwork made out of their blood.
Ooh.
Yeah, he is extremely violent and highly intelligent. Um, One of the more sadistic Daredevil villains, actually. And by them bringing the Punisher in and some of this other stuff, and Fisk being the mayor, like we were talking about before, they're the big guess, and I got to agree that it is. They're probably going into the storyline where he outlaws all vigilantes in New York.
Yeah.
which would be
It
a
would be.
perfect way to tie in the Punisher and also, in a sense, give a nod to Spider-Man, because as the rumors are for the next Spider-Man film, the Hulk and the Punisher are going to be in it, and the original appearance of the Punisher was Amazing Spider-Man number 129, because the Punisher believes basically all of New York has been led to believe that Spider-Man is a killer and is wanted by everybody. All vigilantes are outlawed, and the Punisher actually goes hunting for him until he realizes that everybody's been manipulating and lying to him, and that Spider-Man never killed anyone. That it
Yeah.
was actually one of the Sinister Six that did it. But that was actually the first. That's the first appearance of the Punisher. One of the top 10 Holy Grail comics for collectors. But yeah, it should be interesting. I mean, I'm excited. They brought all the people back. It looks dark. It looks gritty. It looks violent, like the way the original series. It looks like what made the Netflix series what they were. So we'll see. Next one we got up is there. Like I said, there is not much. It's amazing, as big and as freaking Fantastic Four is. There is not a whole lot that they've released on it, but dropping this week, which is what, Tuesday, right?
Fantastic. Yeah.
Fourth, yeah, the fourth. So Tuesday. So the highly anticipated trailer for Fantastic Four: First Steps will be premiering on February 4th during ABC's Good Morning America. So far, from what we know, according to this article, it goes in a little history about him. The full trailer could ultimately debut during the Super Bowl, which is probably more likely. We've got Vanessa Kirby as Sue Storm, Joseph Quinn as Johnny Storm, Eben Moss-Barash as Ben Grimm. Then, of course, you've got Pedro Pascal is Reed Richards. We know that so far from the synopsis, it is supposed to be as close to the original beginnings of the Fantastic Four. So this is definitely going to take place in either an alternate. The theory is they're showing us an alternate Earth that the Downey Doom is going to come in from, or potentially this is the lead up in our current Marvel universe, and all of this is supposed to, of course, start in the late 50s, 60s. Hence the picture. It's supposed to be, the radioactive family era. Um, what I'm wondering here is if they've said anything. So yeah, first is set in a 1960s inspired alternate timeline, which is going to lead, of course, into Avengers Doomsday, Avengers Secret Wars. Premiere date is set right now for July 25th.
Yep.
So here's
the release date is supposed to be July 25th.
Yeah. Here is the interesting part. Julia Gardner is playing the Silver Surfer.
Yeah.
Not John Orr, Silver Surfer. Shalabal. Which I don't get why they would change that. Here we go. It's just one of those, it's like, there are great characters if you want to bring females in. You got one right there with Sue Storm. Sue Storm is powerful as shit.
Yeah, she's one of the most powerful female characters in Marvel, honestly, with what she's able to do.
I don't understand why. Again, this is right here. Them changing the Silver Surfer is what almost all the criticism I keep hearing is going to be so far. And it's just kind of like, I don't understand why they want to keep setting themselves up for potentially just getting the ugly backlash. It's like, why not just save yourself and do the good storyline of the storyline we already have? I mean, in all honesty, there has never once been a great portrayal of the Silver Surfer. The
Well,
only one we ever got was in the second Fantastic Four film from the 90s, and it was not great. It was short, it was crap, it was not. It didn't even show you 1/10 of how powerful he was as Galactus's herald. So it's just kind of like, I don't know. It's either going to be really good or it's just going to be another one that just kind of is filler for hopefully Doomsday. That's going to be hopefully the kick point off, the starting point to what the first Avengers film was for this
yeah.
phase.
Well, and last Silver Surfer was played by good acquaintance of mine, Doug Jones. And while the directing was crap, the CGI for that time was actually really good.
Yeah, for his it was. It was just the story that they kind of stuck him in was the situation was shit.
Over on that.
Like for having, his power and board being stolen that rapidly from Doom, it wouldn't have happened that quickly. It wouldn't have been that easy. So, we'll see.
As you pull up the next one, I'm gonna hop off and I'll be right back with you. I'm gonna make sure I don't end up with any puddles on the floor.
Ah, okay. All right, so recently I was just perusing through different channels and I came across a video where they were discussing forgotten cartoons. And several different cartoons from my growing up came across those feeds. And I figured it'd be just kind of fun to play just a little bit of them to kind of show what some of these cartoons were like. And the fact that most of these have all of their episodes in their entirety on YouTube. After you watch this podcast, which I hope you do watch the podcast, you can kind of get a check out some of these old cartoons because some of them were kind of quirky and unique, and you might actually see that some of them, while borrowing nicely ideas from other franchises, also led to several of the newer franchises' ideas. So in a sense, they borrowed from some, created some of their own, and now other people have borrowed from them. Whether it be through anime, video games, TV shows, whatnot, just different situational things that have kind of changed things. One of these was a cartoon that me and my friends loved. It had its own toy line, and then all of a sudden it just faded out of nothingness. And it's one of those that most people, when I tell them about, they've never heard of. It's just an enigma to them. So we'll wait here when hopefully it won't take Shark long to come back. Like you said, he had to free the emotional support fuzzy before he decided to decorate the floors. But no, it's funny to me the older I get, just how things you forget, just one little song, one little tidbit can kind of bring some of those things back. That it just kind of reconnects and opens those things back up. And some of the Saturday morning cartoons, man, it's funny. You go back and you look at them now, and some of them were ahead of their time. Some of them were pretty impressive to watch and look at, and then a few of them were super campy. Yeah, it's funny that some of them, yeah. Like, take case in point, the old G.I. Joes. I love the old G.I. Joes. I grew up with the G.I. Joes. I had almost every G.I. Joe toy. Didn't have the vehicles. Those were expensive. Whew, man, were some of those expensive in the bases. But I did have a lot of the actual action figures. But you go back and you look at the cartoons now, um, and it's funny how some of the characters talking are not the ones whose mouths are moving, or of course the audio go over and the mouths aren't synced at all. And if I remember correctly, that was a disconnect between the voiceover, the studio. There's a whole story behind it. So if you ever want an interesting kind of like funny little thing to check out, go check into the backstories of those cartoons and why a lot of those things didn't sync up. So Shark has returned. So yeah, we're gonna kind of do a segment every once in a while where each of us kind of pick. Today's my turn. Few nostalgic little comics, cartoons, or shows that throughout the week we've just kind of come across. Like I was telling Shark and you guys here, these cartoons came out of nowhere. I was watching a video that was talking about forgotten cartoons, and it brought up two of these, which is Saber Rider and the Star Sheriffs is the first one. The second one was the Adventures. What is it? Adventures of the Galaxy Rangers. Which, by the way, when we watch the little tidbit from that one, you will notice there were a lot of properties following it that definitely took liberties of some of their ideas and reused them. And then you have a crazy one called the Inhumanoids, which when he showed in his video these first two ones, I instantly remembered the Inhumanoids, and I remembered one other one, which was the Silverhawks. And it's funny because I had not thought of any of these cartoons in a long, long time. And the minute I just watched some of this, I could remember sitting there watching every episode. I mean, let's face it, you guys, I feel bad for the generation grown up after 95 because 80s and 90s, early 90s morning Saturday cartoons were amazing. I mean, you're talking 4 to 5 hours of 30-minute each episodes just packed back to back to back every Saturday. And every single one of them had their own toy line. Every single one of them had merchandise out the wazoo. Like you could live or breathe your favorite Saturday morning cartoon.
Well, and we complain about kids nowadays and being iPad kids, but we were no better. We were TV kids because Saturday your parents wanted to sleep in. They stick it. They're
there's a
like, "Hey,
bit
go turn on TV, watch cartoons."
there's a big difference. There's a big difference. We sat in front of those TVs and watched those cartoons. But what did we do the minute those cartoons were off?
Went outside.
We
and
ran,
played.
grabbed our toys, ran out with our friends, and played outside till the damn sun went down.
Yeah, till the lights came on.
Yeah. And, iPad kids play on their iPad, and what do? They fall asleep, wake up, pick up back the iPad. The only time they touch grass is when they walk out to the car to grab the iPad.
So if you want to remember one that since you were talking about Silverhawks, don't forget the real Ghostbusters came out in '86.
Oh yeah, no. I actually just what was it? 2 weeks
And
ago when
Gem.
I actually bought it on Prime, and I just found a guy on eBay that has the entire DVD collection for all 3 seasons.
Of Ghostbusters?
The real Ghostbusters.
There were 7 seasons, sir.
Well, it's 3 discs then.
Okay.
It's a 3-pack. But it's the complete series. But yeah, I have it all on Prime, and they've upgraded the sound and the picture. But like I told you, I think that's the last thing I'll buy on Prime. I am definitely wanting to go back more to a physical media format. I don't trust this. Yeah, for those of you that don't know, if you think you buy something and you digitally download and you own it, guess what? You don't. At any point, they can tell you to fuck off, disconnect the service of it, and guess what? They just stole your damn money, because that's exactly what it is. It is theft. You are paying for a long-term lease, hoping that the landlord just doesn't say fuck off. So yeah, I'm going to slowly start spending money to take everything off of my Amazon list and find the physical media format, and then literally start rebuilding my 350 DVD collection I used to have that I should have never gotten rid of.
Well, and that's why I have,
like a dumbass.
And I shouldn't have got rid of mine. I ripped a lot of my DVDs. That's how I got my Plex server going, was ripping a
Yeah, but
lot of
if
my
you rip them, I
DVDs.
mean, at least that still in a sense is yours, and you can always re-download it. For there's still a backup of a backup in a sense, unless the whole Plex goes down. But digital right owned, there is none. Most of those don't allow
Correct.
you to download, and almost all of them now have the DCRM program protocols in them. So if you try to overlay and you know sneakily create a backup copy, you're not going to get sound, or you're going to get image, or you're not going to get image but get sound. It's like they've figured out ways to pretty much stick you up to behind every way they can.
Well, and
So
cartoons, going back to the cartoons, the 80s and 90s, more the 80s, I would say, than the 90s, really had some trauma cartoons.
well, yeah,
I mean,
trauma
you start,
cartoons, trauma movies. I mean, there was
oh, yeah.
death, there was evil shit, there was vile stuff that happened.
Secrets,
It
the one
was
that popped up,
reality.
Secrets of Nymph.
Yes. Well, Secrets of Nim had probably the most
Trying to
it
remember some of
had
the others.
the most in front, longest in your face lasting situation of death of its time.
No. There's Watership Down owns that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but that wasn't one that was big. Nim was everywhere.
Oh yeah,
Nim was in
Nim
every
was everywhere.
blockbuster. Nim was in the theaters. I mean, of course it was going to be in the theaters, wasn't it? It was Don Bluth, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, no, it was. Was it? Hold on. Now I'm wondering.
Or was it the same
Uh,
studio that
hold on. No,
I
it's Don Bluth.
guess, yeah.
Yep.
Don
Don Bluth.
Bluth was the master of giving families an amazing animated experience, but throwing so much of real life into these fictional characters. I mean, you had Secrets of Nim,
American Tail.
the death of Littlefoot's mother in Land Before Time. Um, yeah, well, go down his list. I mean, the man
Let's
did
see
like
here.
40 freaking films that I can think of off the top of my head.
Fox and Hound.
Yeah.
Secrets of Nim. Xanadu. I'm not sure I remember that one. Banjo and the Woodpile Cat. I mean, there's some names that like aren't known to a lot. East of the Sun and West of the Moon.
Titan AE, Bartok,
Oh, yeah.
Anastasia.
Titan 80. I
Yeah,
forgot all
Titan.
about Titan
I
80.
loved that was good. Yeah,
Anastasia, I
all
loved.
dogs go to heaven, Thumbelina, An American Tale, Land Before Time. Yeah, just to name a few. I mean, Jesus, the guys I'm over here right here looking at.
Rockadoodle,
Let's go down
Thumbelina,
to
Pebble and the Penguin.
East of the Sun, West of the Moon, Space Ace.
Yep.
Oh yeah, that's right. He did all the
Ninja.
animation for the video game, the arcade game Dragon's Lair.
I Ninja.
He did his own adaptation of Beauty. That's right. He did have his own adaptation of Beauty and the Beast. I forgot about that. And then yeah, here's his big hitters. Yeah, Land Before Time, American Tail, All Dogs Go to Heaven, Pebble and the Penguin, Rockadoodle, Five Goes West, and all of those were done under Spielberg's animation studio
through Columbia.
Yep, and then he went over. Anastasia was Fox Animation Studio, Titan AE. Holy shit! I didn't realize that.
Which one?
He actually. What does it say right here? Yeah, the last American-made traditionally animated film released by 20th Century Fox and had Don Bluth's seal of approval was the Simpsons movie. Really? That's right, because after that they shut down Fox Animation. Yeah, now it just goes into like, yeah, he did a lot of the art storyboards for Dark House books.
Yeah.
Yeah, man was a legend. I mean, yeah. I don't think there's been another animator at his level in forever. I mean, there may have been people that may have put out more films, but not that many like hits.
Yeah.
I mean, that man, literally everything he touched for the longest time, everything he touched was gold.
Yeah. Oh, he did Tom Sawyer too. I forgot about that.
Huh. But still, though, you want to talk about 80s childhood trauma. All you got to say is one word: Atreyu. Not any kid I knew didn't say they didn't cry during that was a fucking liar. Everybody did. Everybody in the theater was bawling their fucking eyes out.
Well,
and it not just because it was impactful. That child actor, my God, that I want to know what they did to that poor kid to get that much out of him.
And you know, it was great. Like, so much of that is now coming back, is what's great. This last year for Halloween, all on TikTok, I keep seeing
Oh yeah,
people
the kid,
doing
yes, the horse and
the
everything.
horse, and I'm just like,
you sent me that. The
everywhere.
guy that was opened up the door and saw the kid walking down the side and just gives looking. He goes, and
like
the tear starts rolling down his eye.
A horse head on a skateboard with some moss around it, dying.
Oh man.
Oh,
Another movie that if they redo it like they're talking, who knows? Oh my God, that's either going to be good or
yeah.
shit.
That's going to be interesting. I'm a little worried, honestly, because you know that is our childhood.
Hence the title of today's episode, "Return of the Nostalgia Bait," because they're just trying to dredge up all the old stuff again.
They're out
honestly,
of ideas.
You want something old that you could do something new with, that you would have free reign to do it. A modern, basically, what has it been? 30 years. The universe comes calling for another starfighter. And you can use it by picking him through, a la Stargate, an online game.
You know that, and
if they wanted to, make your heroine a woman. Make them whoever you want, because it's a new character. Yeah. You're using the same story, and if you really want to get nostalgia, who trains him? The original previous. Last Starfighter.
Yeah.
Right there. There you go, Hollywood. Steal it. Take it. But you'll probably fuck it up like you do everything else. Because it would actually require you to write a good fucking story. Which, literally, out of every 20 movies I see, you can only do it maybe one or half of one.
And you know what? Hold on. So Lance Guest was the kid who played the Last Starfighter. He's only 64.
Yeah, because he was, what, he was 18 or 19 when he did the movie.
Exactly. That is the perfect age. It's right there.
That's why I'm also kind of questioning where are they going to go with the next Goonies.
I'm worried about that one. I mean,
I am not for two reasons. All of the original people are down for doing it. They are all very, even all the way down to Josh Brolin, are down for it and are very protective of it. And they don't have to rebuild. The cost is super low, because the one set they worried about having to rebuild, which is his parents' home, the people that owned it rebuilt identically to it and are willing to use it. We'll let them use it. So, yeah, it's well,
and
I mean, if you even want to go as far, you could bring back two other original movie members from that cast.
Who?
The one that played the mother may be dead, but the two brothers that got arrested, the criminals, are still alive.
Oh.
They get out and want revenge.
Well, and what's interesting is, for some reason, I've been seeing a lot of King Hong Hui in Hollywood recently.
No, he is one of the Golden Boys now.
Yeah, he's making a comeback.
Yeah, what did it was the one with Michelle Yeoh. I mean, not Michelle Yeoh. Fuck, what's her name? The one where it's about different people. The one that won the Oscar.
Everything, Everywhere, All at Once.
Yes, it's because of that.
Loki, though, too.
Well, he was in Loki after that. That was that, and the role before it. The role before it was the one that got him I gotta look up because I'm trying to remember what was the role that actually got him back in the spotlight that got him everywhere, everything, everywhere, all at once.
I think it was Loki. Loki started in 2021. Everything Everywhere All at Once was 2022. I
No,
think
there
it was
was a movie
Loki.
before. He was in one movie before because he was accredited for he was very grateful for them allowing him to bring him in because it gave him a way back.
Let's see here. I'm seeing 2021 Finding Ohana, which I had never heard of. 2002,
Yeah, it's not showing him in
2024,
order.
2006. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything huge. Bar Loki and Kung Fu Panda.
Okay, so let's see. No, it was everything everywhere all at once.
Yeah, it's 2022.
No, now I remember why I was remembering that out of order. So everything everywhere all at once. He was thanking somebody that told them to look at him for the role. And then when he got the role, he was on set and he got super emotional because he ran into Harrison Ford.
Oh, okay.
And apparently Harrison Ford never ever quit being in contact with him his whole life.
Hmm.
But yeah, then he did Loki and a Kung Fu Panda 4. He was voiceover one of the
Voiceover.
characters.
Yeah.
And then the other one, the Tenacious thing, I think is also a voiceover thing. So well, anyway, we got sidetracked. So first nostalgia thing is a cartoon that was one of mine that I watched when I was a kid that I had totally forgot about because of the weird name of it. But we'll go ahead and give one quick watch here. Let's see which one do we want to try to find. Well, I just want to watch the entrance. So as you definitely tell, Japanese studio. I'm curious as to, I want to deep dive eventually find out how this actually made it on U.S. television.
Maybe it was to counter Hong Kong Fooey.
Well, I do know that it was actually done and produced at the same time as Voltron.
That would make sense then. Maybe this was a gateway for that because it's
Might have
very
been.
Ultron esque. Yeah, look at that. That's Voltron through and through right there.
Yeah.
Maybe this was a B-rate Voltron. Wild West versus hover bikes.
Hmm. It's just so funny how none of the mouths ever matched up in most of these cartoons back then. Even the ones that were made here in the States.
Hmm. Definitely that old school anime.
Yeah, well, just even the exposition of how they're doing things too.
Yeah. Well, at least they didn't go the cheap route and not show the eyes.
True. I love how all the colors of like his ship and his race car and everything, you could tell they're definitely like same color gambit of the Mach 5.
Hmm. It really does just remind me a lot of Voltron in the shapes
Yeah.
and stuff of the car version of Voltron, not the cat version.
Yeah.
That 70s helmet hair.
hmm I'm now noticing something I didn't notice before. He has almost a Union Jack on his helmet. The other guy had the Japanese flag.
Yeah, that one's got a like Swiss flag there
Yeah.
on the horse. Hmm. Open carry. It's the law. Because that's an American right there.
yeah. Well, what do you think?
Definitely old school.
Yeah, that it is.
But you can tell you're right though. It's Japanese through and through
Yeah.
because it's way better than American comics at that time as far as
Yeah.
most art
Well,
goes.
interesting is almost all the animation done in those days, for the most part, were taken from Japan. Like most people don't realize. Am I right? None of the animation in G.I. Joe was done in the US. That's why the mouths never
Hmm.
sync and the audio track is so screwed.
Well, I think the premise was a Japanese premise originally too.
Well, it would
I
make
mean,
more sense that the evil organization that wants to dominate the world is named Cobra, because
yeah,
in Japanese cultures, a snake is considered the lowest form of life because its belly crawls on the ground.
yeah. Well, and not to mention, we wouldn't call ourselves as, we wouldn't go, yo, Joe. That's a very Asian, like,
True. I didn't think about that.
yeah, G.I. Joe. Oh, you Joe. That was a very Asian thing back in the day.
Yeah.
you know.
So the next one we have is The Adventures of the Galaxy Rangers. This one I remember tidbits of, but this one, a lot of things after it I know ripped it off.
Yeah, like George Lucas.
And the music is literally a rip off of Into the Danger Zone.
Yeah, we can't hear the music on this. Galaxy Rangers. That's great. I do not remember this one.
And this one you can tell just by the animation had a bigger budget.
Well, you can tell this is not American because for this day and age to have a predominant character of color,
Yeah.
that would not have happened in America, unfortunately, in this time frame.
Yeah.
And look at those graphics for that time frame. That's awesome. And
Yeah,
those
no, the quality of this one is way higher than the first
that's
one.
have to admit, I kind of have like some Jim Henson vibes with some of those alien creatures. Not Battlestar Galactic. What's the one I'm thinking of? Farscape.
Ah, yeah, Farscape.
Yeah. Snarf.
Very snarfy. Yeah. Look, it's what happened when Snarf lost the Thundercats and got hooked on some shit.
And it's a biodome.
Hmm. Yeah, this is one of those that I remember bits and pieces of it.
Yeah, I can't say I've ever seen this one. But the animation's great for that time frame.
Yeah.
Kind of see where Daft Punk took it from now. One more. I'm telling you, I'm watching this, and without any sound, my brain's adding Daft Punk tracks.
Yeah. Hold on, I want to test that theory. Hold on here.
Give the man an idea.
All right, first of all, can you hear this is the thing? Can you hear that?
No, we can't hear that.
You can't?
No.
Okay, so what I need to do is then I guess it only captures the audio from the window it's on.
Oh no, we haven't heard anything that we've been playing this evening.
What?
No.
You're kidding.
Nope.
Well, I've been hearing it, so maybe the stream hears it, but you can't.
I pulled it up on my tablet earlier and couldn't hear it on the stream.
Well, that sucks. Well, and I guess that's something we're gonna have to learn about this. I got a way to fix that. Hold on. Here we go. Yeah, if I go back and watch this and everything, that would explain why we haven't gotten right strict.
Well, that's one way to do it.
But I know when last time we were getting audio, but that's when I was using teleport, right?
I think so. Let me see if you're able to hear this. No?
No. So I guess what it is it captures so I guess maybe if you do the whole screen, it'll capture the audio, but if you do the window, it doesn't. I don't know, like I said, sorry, ladies and gentlemen, y'all been watching, y'all haven't heard anything that we've been playing. That is totally my fault. We're new to the first time using this program, so it's kind of like, book of learning. Well, we'll figure it out. But
you hear that?
Hold on.
I'm starting to hear a little bit of it.
So your theory is correct. All of this animation could be used for a Daft Punk video. Oh man, that's funny. But now, even looking at the video, hold on. Take a look at side by side. Yeah, because especially Faster, Harder, Stronger.
Mm-hmm. Or Interstellar.
Yeah, but this one is more like on the nose. See?
Yeah.
It almost makes you wonder if they actually went to the same studio. Some of these Japanese studios, they're still around.
Mm-hmm.
Because, yeah, you got that right there. But then you go right back here. Yeah, it's damn near the same animation.
Yep.
That's interesting. Huh. Well, we'll definitely have to watch back on the stream and see because if normal split screen doesn't allow the audio, then we'll definitely have to figure that shit out. Because there'd be no point in sharing stuff if people can't hear it. But I'm pretty sure all the audio last time when we did everything through OBS, we were getting it.
Yeah, I do believe so on OBS.
But yeah, the Inhumanoids. Yeah, that one. Did you ever watch that one?
Inhumanoids? I think so. I think I did potentially see that one.
We see something. I'm going to go reset here the share screen, see if doing it a different way. So this is another way to do it, is to actually just share the Chrome tab instead of the window. So for this one, we'll jump to the next topic, which is the Masters of the Universe rumors. So this one, there hasn't been apparently a date yet. I don't think so. We're going down here. So basically, the article starts with them just talking about the typical what it was, all of this. So He-Man returns to the big screen in 2026. Though it's quite a ways off, the Master Universe live-action movie is scheduled to release June 5th, 2026 by Amazon and MGM. The film is expecting a theatrical debut, but details are still fuzzy this far removed from release date. The premiere could always shift in the intervening years, and previous project delays and speed-ups could necessitate a shifting of the currently established release date. Nevertheless, the release date, yada, yada, yada. So, what we know so far. Though most of the ensemble has not yet been filled, the starring role of Prince Adam / He-Man has found its actor in the upcoming live-action Master Unit. The rising star, Nicholas Galitzine, who pulled double duty as Prince Adam and his superhero alter ego He-Man, offers the young actor his first big break into the mainstream. So he was originally on Riverdale. Yeah, Galitz is Riverdale. Yeah, he's an alumni from Riverdale, which I never watched Riverdale. Never did care to try it. I was never an Archie fan. However, though, I did watch the Sabrina show, but that's because what's her name? The one that plays it's hot as hell. That and I always did like the idea of the Sabrina character because it was all kind of the dark supernatural, that type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Kierna Shipka, that's her name. So yeah, basically, yeah, he's gonna play it. Camila Mendez will play as Prince Adam's Royal Guard captain and personal sorceress Tila. Let's see. Community and Glow star Allison Brie has been cast as Eva Lynn, Skeletor's second in command. Guarantees a Skeletor, but no word has come yet on the iconic 80s villain. Furthermore, Idris Elba is set to appear as Duncan Man-at-Arms.
Interesting.
And the rumor is that Jared Leto is supposed to be Skeletor. So far, all I've come across on this was a fan-made poster. But that ended up being total bullshit.
Well, they may not have anything out there for it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm interested. The kid and the structure of his face looks like he could be He-Man. I mean, it all just depends how big he's going to bulk up for the He-Man part. I mean, I can understand him playing Prince Adam because when he transitioned, there is, some expanse of the figure, not by much, but some. Idris Elba is great in anything he does, so I'm not too worried about that. It all just depends how physical meets CGI they go on Man-at-Arms.
Yeah. Well, and they almost need to go mostly CGI on that.
Yeah. Leto, again, it's one of those. He's either going to do great or it's going to be campy and caca. You never know. That's really all I could find much on this. I was hoping there was going to be more. I mean, hell, anything is an improvement from the one live action we got, even though that live action wasn't super bad. It wasn't great. It was what it was, 80s schlock. I mean, it was Dolph Lundgren. What do you expect? So, give the guy some credit. He can do good sometimes, but sometimes he is. You see here. So the last thing we have, as I've titled our section, The Good, the Bad, the Ugly, aka Section 31. Eve. You have not seen this yet, correct?
No, I have not seen this.
Okay.
I've been a little busy at work and not really been able to watch anything recently.
All right. So this is Section 31, and now it shows it has audio. So, okay, I figured out how to do it now. So this one you should be able to hear. And considering it's Paramount, we'll probably get fooked up to pooper for it. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are about to watch Section 31, the full trailer. And probably get kicked off in a second for DRM because it is Paramount. So, who knows? Anyway.
That sound.
Here's a customer hoping for a word with you.
Bring him. What are you doing in my space station?
I'm giving you a chance to get back in on the action on a galactic scale.
What a cute idea. The only way this works is if I know exactly what I'm dealing with.
We're facing a threat unlike anything Starfleet's ever seen.
Billions of lives are at stake. Gather your people. We're gonna need every one of them.
31 is a Black Ops division. I work.
It's just a place for people to bend the rules.
Starfleet is here to make sure no one commits murder.
Whatever you believed your mission was, is worse than you thought.
How do we stop it?
We work together, then don't get dead. I'll try my hardest.
You ready? Let's get messy.
You don't answer her questions directly, she will punch you in your face.
What?
You said that she was going to be doing the face
I
punching.
lied.
You have no idea what you've started.
This is gonna be bad.
5, 4, 3,
Hold your course.
2, 1.
We survive together.
I don't know what the fuck that was. So yeah. That yeah.
No, that is not the Section 31 that.
Exactly. It is not a shadow organization within the Federation that upholds the Federation's meanings and principles by every once in a while doing the dark, dirty shit that is necessary to keep order. That is not hiding in it. Standing out with that many goofy fucking costumes and that loud and that elaborate is not hiding for shit.
Nope. They were always the shadows.
It is literally Star Trek by name to try to grab the Star Trek fan crowd, and it's their crappy, poopy version of fucking Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, and
And I made it 20 minutes into it and was like, all right, I still love Michelle Yeoh. She's phenomenal in it, but I don't. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. The rest of the characters, literally, they give you their intro and their backstories. And 10 minutes later, I couldn't even tell you who their fucking names were. 10 minutes in, I already forgot all their fucking names. That's how forgettable they are. That's how unrelatable they are. And again, they go back to the stupid trope of, I don't know why Kirksman has this divinity ever since Discovery of making Vulcans fucking laugh and smile.
yeah, no.
Oh, but then it's because he's not a Vulcan. He's this little parasitic alien that's living in that literally the Vulcan is a robotic shell he's controlling. Yeah. Just utter bullshit. It was just, and then to sum it all up, it was supposed to be 7 episodes. They went back, retweaked and edited it, and made it into a 1.5 hour movie, and that's all it is. That's how much lack of faith they had in it. But hey, more power to Michelle Yeoh, man. She got paid $10 million to do it.
Hey, yeah, no, that is not Section 31. And you're talking to someone who owns section31.org, SEC31.org. I own that. I love the premise of Section 31, the whole idea.
Hey, I owned and trademarketed Section 31/S31 coffee. It's mine. Yep. Don't know what I'm ever going to fucking do with it. Now, thanks to that show, probably nothing.
Oh
Oh man, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, no.
Well, something new just came across. Let's take a look at this. Now that I figured out how to
Big fights?
actually play fucking sound, they just dropped all the new to Prime in February. Let's I haven't even watched this, so yeah, brand new to the channel. Something none of us have seen. Because yeah, we should be having. Let's see. We should have this more of Invincible, the animated series coming out. I think we got more Reacher, a new season of
Big
Reacher.
fights? And races? Any other bad boy cliches?
Okay, don't give a shit about this already.
Nick, what is
What?
Because he looks literally like a broccoli-headed asshat that a wet fart could knock over. I mean, in fact, actually, the wet
What
fart's
is the
more.
show?
I don't know what it is, but every dude they've showed, literally, I fear my farts more than I do any of these guys.
Bowser is coming.
Oh.
Oh,
There
hello.
we go.
Together, we are going to stop.
So now this is going to be on Prime available.
Look at us. We're adorable.
I love that movie.
It's a great
They-
movie.
Oh, I know. It was everything that I never knew I wanted a Mario movie to be, because all I ever got was that goddamn piece of shit with John Leguizamo and Bob Hopkins.
Hi, Miss Fancy Lady. It's really a good time right now. My son's coming in a minute.
Dad, I'm your daughter, Desiree. I've always been Desiree.
Okay.
How long? 23 years.
What happened?
This actually might be
This
entertaining,
place looks exactly the same.
Well, you know what they
mainly
say,
because
it ain't
she's an
wrong.
amazing actress,
Ooh,
and they've never done a story like this
Yeah,
from a
picture.
dark comedy black perspective. Invincible, of course.
The White Room is for my protection.
So far, the first one's the only one I wouldn't watch.
From you, Mark.
Ooh.
Is that all you got? 박스를 밟으라고.
Huh.
This one's for your mom.
Yeah, but also for me, if it's so, I'm gonna pause this real quick. If this is any way close to how they did Train to Busan, it's gonna be amazing. Because truthfully, the Koreans know how to do fast-paced, terrifying zombies.
Oh, I was going to say, so far, it just feels like an Asian Shaun of the Dead.
I'm not getting comedy though. This is just their trailers are always kind of.
Everyone comes to Thailand. They're either hiding from someone.
I haven't watched the first two seasons, so yeah.
I think the cosmos brought us together.
Wait a minute. Is that Ella Purnell?
Looks like her.
Brought us together.
That's what got me to pause. Is I know Walter Goggins was in this.
Slow down.
Why are rich men always so angry?
Shit, I might actually have to watch it now.
Everything okay?
It's just work stuff.
We're not supposed to tell my family. We're poor now, and Daddy's going to prison.
You know, it's fucked up. I was in the casino and I
Yeah,
heard this guy
fuck George
say,
Lopez.
because haven't been old
that hair.
that long, so I can still hear.
No, he's another one that went so fucking TDS
this guy
political
say-
that I'm just kind of like,
Go ask that old Mexican lady what time it is.
yeah.
You don't know what time it is. They probably saw me from behind looking. Ahorita, I don't know.
So that's your chance to prove you've earned a keep, Reacher.
Oh, cool. February 2. That's not long from now. Nice.
Exactly how much danger is this job?
All right, have you watched any of the Reacher seasons yet?
No.
Dude, they're badass.
I've seen snippets of it, and it looked really good.
Ooh.
Philistines have assembled.
All right, so far February is looking pretty good. I've only seen two on here. That one that's a questionable, and the other one I wouldn't watch at all.
larger than a weaver's basket.
They have a giant.
What?
My king, I will fight the giant.
Yeah. I might be down for that.
Well, if you think about it, it's not really I can't ever remember that biblical story ever being done on film. Not at that scale.
Daunting jobs,
Oh,
border
shit.
policies, trends on.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah, we can hear that.
Well, yeah, the way I'm doing it keeps it locked. So basically, now I can even like, it's weird. It links it to Chrome. Yeah, I'll have to figure this out later, but at least now I figured out how to do the damn audios. Shit, that's badass. I don't know. The one thing I would really hope for is like they keep doing all these other things. I want to see another like cyberpunk anime like they did with Edge Runners, because Edge Runners was so damn good.
Mm.
You haven't watched that one, have you?
I've watched part of it. I haven't finished it.
Hey, you need to check it out. It's badass. Oh, now I know something weird because one of the film video snippets showed it. So they ended the show What We Do in the Shadows. It had its final season. I actually thought the way they ended it was great. I really don't think they could have done any more They didn't really do like super fan service. It was more of just a really solid, quiet way of ending it. But in one of the last scenes of the last episode, like of leading up to the last episode, they had one of the elder vampires like hold this council of vampires. And lo and behold, one of the vampires that speaks up his mind about something that's going on and has a little funny scene with him is Eric Northman from True Blood. Played by Skarsgård.
That's awesome.
A minute I saw that, I was like, that's fucking hilarious. Because only twice have they had, no, 3 times have they had characters from another vampire genre enter into the world of What We Do in the Shadows. So they had Eric Northbrook. They had one of the guys, the guy that, what's his fucking name? He's a redheaded actor. He played the vampire, one of the vampire underlings in the Blade film. He's the one that Blade cuts off his arm.
Oh.
So anyway, he's in like the 3rd season of What We Do in the Shadows, playing himself because the vampire community loved him so much from playing the vampire he played in Blade that they invited him into the community that he ended up becoming a vampire. And then the other one was oh shit. What was the other one?
Talking about Deacon Frost?
Yes, Deacon Frost.
Had to look it up.
Yeah. But yeah, that's what I loved about that show, is that it never took itself seriously. And oddly enough, that was the type of humor and form that I wish Watiti would go back to. He's gotten too far into this full-on camp, and I don't like it. It's like Thor Ragnarok was good. Thor Love and Thunder,
yeah, it was a stretch. I liked the ending of Love and Thunder. I liked the premise of the ending, you know, him taking responsibility and all that. But
yeah,
it was a bit of a reach.
Yeah, 2 nerd things we won't talk about just because it's utterly horrible. In your own free time, and those of y'all that are listening, if we have listeners this time, go take a look at the new Spider-Man animated series. I'll leave it at that. And then don't even dare look into Doctor Who. It'll just make you even more pissed. They're utterly obliterating both of those. Like I am one that I don't mind diverse casts of people if they're cast correctly, if the characters are written properly, if it's done with the right intentions. But I have to sit back and just question, what are they thinking about when they choose to race swap a character to something it's never been? And then on top of it, if you're trying to play the moral high ground and be all about diversity and show that, which in and of itself, again, is not bad, you think you would want to pick, like, case in point, if you're going to change a character from a white ginger to a black man, would you want that character to be a good representation of African American culture, to bring more people into diverse roles like that? I mean, am I right to say that? Would that be the smart thing? Make them a hero, make them a great character, make them, somebody to look up to, someone to raise the community, right?
Yes.
Try and take a guess who they made black in that cartoon.
And which cartoon are we going back to on this one? Sorry.
The Spider-Man cartoon that Disney's about to drop in February.
So I think I know where it went since you mentioned Redhead. Did they make Mary Jane?
No, it's a guy.
Oh, guy.
Now think about what I said. They made Norman Osborn. So the diversity choice you chose to make to represent the black man is the most vilest, murderous, rapist piece of shit in the entire Spider-Man universe. Norman fucking Osborn.
Yeah, I don't think I would have changed.
Yeah. That's what I don't get. I've seen so many things where they've done that recently. It's like, wait a minute. If you're going to swap this around, why are you always picking the characters that are the most vilest pieces of shit? Like, you think it'd be the other way around.
You'd want positive role models.
Yeah, you'd want positive, but no, it's like they keep picking the evil people. Or then again, they pick the evil people and then they try to make you feel sorry for the evil people. But yeah, that's pretty much, I saw that and I was just kind of like, wow. That and the animation style they're using for it is just very I'm not going to show it because now that we figured out how to play audio for the clips, they would definitely shoot us epically down in flames because it's Disney. But yeah, no, it's just one of those that, yeah. I wanted to go into a little bit of coffee tech tonight very quickly before we close out, but I forgot, I didn't find the tab for it and I totally forgot what they're calling it. Yeah. One movie that they remade that I really wish they had gone a rated R and, done a little bit better would have been the RoboCop remake. Because that is definitely a role that you could always recast as somebody else if you do the story right and you make it look good. Like, his suit looked good.
Well, the animation, the CGI on it was amazing.
Oh, yeah, especially the scene where he's like, show me what's left of my body.
Yeah.
And he's like, don't ever show me that again.
Yeah.
Yeah, that scene was actually pretty fucking horrific when you think about it. Yeah, even when I first watched that scene, I was like, I'm thinking back to, the original RoboCop. And I'm like, the minute they showed that, even I was like, oh my God. It's like, at least even he had more of himself left.
Yeah.
It's like, literally, it was heart, lungs, and his head, and that was it. It's like,
and a hand.
damn.
Don't forget.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Sorry.
That's
lefty.
right. Yeah, one hand. Yeah, that one was...
What's really funny is earlier today, I actually saw a meme of that scene.
Okay.
Referencing veterans.
Oh, God.
And when the doctor's like, well, there is, you're still here, and it's like we're not going to cover any of these things because that's how a lot of veterans genuinely feel. But it was spot on.
Oh man.
It was good.
Oh damn, he updated his shit. All right, I gotta show this real quick. He updated it.
Is it Parrot?
Throws in a Pico. Jeez. Dude, his stuff is just
It doesn't look that much different than the last time I saw his setup. Because that's the new screen that he made. That's 2 projectors that are set up.
Yeah, that's the dual projector running in
With
sync.
Yeah, and he custom built that entire that screen for it.
Yeah, and then he has the new MDF layout with the touch system. That's his own custom shard that he did. No, it's the light toggle systems he definitely changed. It's a different chair setup because before he just had a rolling chair. That one's actually on a slide system.
That's his F-16 seat, I think.
Yeah, I'm just curious after what they said. When that guy finally responded from Monster Tech, I'm just wondering how long before we see the next 2 chairs. Because hopefully by then, I'm losing weight rapidly all the time now, thankfully. But I would love to get down to where I'm definitely nowhere near the weight requirement, weight max on that chair when they fucking come out. Because yeah, if they drop a Drake one, I'm going for it.
Speaking of which, your hat's in my truck.
Yes, I know. I wanted to wear it tonight, and then I forgot you still have it. But no, I want to check something out real quick here. Let me give a second here to search because I can't remember if it was Lance that showed it, or it may have been Brian. Yeah, I guess we'll do it on the next podcast. I definitely want to go into some more coffee stuff on the next one. Hopefully we'll have some of these new shows will have dropped and we'll actually have stuff to actually that you have watched and I have watched to kind of talk about and go into. It's crazy, man. Like for tonight, I'm looking on like right now and subscription wise, it's funny how there are not a whole lot of live people on right now in the Star Citizen community. I've heard yays or nays on 4.01. Apparently has go figure some quirkiness. I did read an interesting article that came out that apparently basically 42 is gonna drop pretty soon.
Good.
Apparently it is past polish and it's basically just I guess their final little tweaking that they got to do to it. So that should be interesting. I mean, I'm gonna be definitely glad.
Well, I think that when 42 hits consoles, that's going to be a big draw to bring more players over to the PC and actually play Star Citizen itself.
Yeah, hopefully. But I mean, all we'll have to do is wait and see.
Oh yeah, and I need to stop playing so much World of Warcraft again.
I got to get on and join you on it. Shit, I got all that set up and I'm not doing anything with it yet. But then again, with work and everything, and now about to have a car to pay off again. But I'm hoping, I'll take about a year I could get that one done. But yeah, thank everybody for joining us. Made it almost 3-hour mark this time. Sorry for the first part of the show. Did not realize that the audio I was, of course, hearing, the stream was not. But now we got it fixed. We know how to do it. The next couple of things we pop up will actually have audio and things going on it. As always, my name is Chris, aka Wolf. We got Brendley as Shark here, known as Shark. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for watching. Hope we see you the next time. On that note, I'm going to split screen us over and take us out of here with Rap God from Boomhauer.
Lyrics coming at you at supersonic speed.
Some of them are doom on a dang old human man. Boy, I tell you what, I get a goddamn superhuman, innovative, animated dang old rubber so that anything you say is ricocheting back at you, man. Devastated more than ever, demonstrating how to get a dang old audience of feeling like a set of hay. Faded like a farmer's can, man, I tell you what. Here's getting worked up, complain hot like propane. Boomhauer spitting them facts, man, spinning them rhymes like a dang old tornado. Jib-jabbing like it just ain't no thing. Why be a god and not a dang old king?
Boomhauer, I didn't understand a word you just said.
All right, everyone. Thank you for joining us. We'll catch you next time. Take care. Be safe out there. We'll see you again.